Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be showing you what the best accessories are in Project Slayers to do with update 1.5 as well, so all the new stuff is going to be included in this video. If this video helps you out, be sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get straight into it. If we go over here, I don't have all these items, so I'm just going to tell you some of the best items here. You should also note that this is for both demons and slayers. I'm going to do slayers first, and then once I've done slayers, I will go to do demons. If I remember, I shall timestamp in the description, so you should have that little thing on the bar, the chapters, whatever it's called. So starting off with the weapons, as you can probably guess, the best weapons you can go for are, for slayers at least, are the Devourer Katana and the Polar Katana. These are new with the update. I do have a guide on where to find all of them, if you want to go check that on my channel. I would recommend Devourer, because in my opinion it's easier to upgrade, but, you know, people are different. People might prefer to find lilies, some people might prefer to get kills. I prefer to get kills, that's why I went Devourer, but if you want Polar, go Polar. I've heard Polar's better in the end once you get to tier 3, but it's harder to get there. So basically, Devourer or Polar Katana. If you don't have any of them, because they are quite grindy to get, I'd recommend you go for the katana of your breathing choice. So you got sound, you'd want to go sound katanas. You got insect, you'd want the butterfly katana, so on and so forth. We're going to skip hat because there's only one hat in the game. This is mainly meant for demons, so if you're a demon, you definitely are going to want this. But anyway, onto masks. For masks for slayers, I would recommend the Polar mask. This gives some really good buffs. They're just all here. You get some tier 5 chests at 0.5% chance, so it's quite rare but also very good. If you don't have this mask, then I would recommend the Tigress Warding mask, which is this mask right here. Is a 1.5% from tier 5s and 1% from tier 3, so relatively easy to get. Gives you weapon damage, block and max HP, which is always useful. However, if you don't have that or you want a drop boost, you're going to want to go for this Yatagarasu mask, which is once again another 0.5% drop from tier 5s, but you get an XP rate and you get a drop boost rate. So they're your choices: this Yatagarasu masks, this Tigress Warding mask, or if you've got it, the Polar mask, because it is better than the Devourer mask, because it just looks better. Obviously, go the Devourer if you wanted to upgrade the Devourer stuff, but if you're not, then just go Polar. It's better overall. Now for Scarf, there's only two options really. There's the champion one, but obviously, you know, that's quite hard to get. But there's the Uncertain Time Scarf, and there's the Vigilante Scarf. They are your two options. If you got the Uncertain Time Scarf, but you don't have the Vigilante Scarf, you can wear it. It does drop your speed boost, but gives you quite a bit of HP. I would not recommend going for it. So if you have the Vigilante Scarf, definitely put this on. It is very easy to get, only 2% from Ugo, the dungeon, basically. Gives you some decent stats, some good speed boost, some decent stamina regen, and some decent stamina. So it's probably the best scarf that you could use right now for slayers. For necklaces, I recommend you go for the Kesso Seiki necklace, butchered that name probably. It's a 3% from tier 5 and 2% from tier 3 chests. It's currently the only mythic necklace in the game, giving you speed boost, stamina and max HP. I recommend you go for this. However, if you do not have it because your luck is that bad, then go for the necklace that corresponds to your breathing or BDA. So if you've got wind, you'd go for the wind necklace. If you've got thunder, you'd go for the thunder necklace, so on and so forth. Now, onto the shirt. Just going to say, this is obviously for slayers once again, but I'm going to include the Axa top and the Enmu top, just because they are very rare, and some of the tops I'm going to say are better basically. I'd recommend the Polar top, because once again it has some really good stats, a lot of them as well. Also good if you are trying to upgrade your Polar weapons. Only really use the Devourer weapon or the Devourer top if you're trying to upgrade your Devourer weapons. But obviously if you don't have any of these two, because they are 0.5% drops from Mugen Train or the dungeon, then you can go for the Domu top, which is also pretty rare, but you can also get some XP. But I'd recommend the Polar top as a majority. So if you got the Polar top, then equip that. Now for the pants, once again I'm going to exclude Akaza and Enmu, just because these are quite hard to get. Also, don't go for the Inosuke bottoms. They might have been good in update 1, however they are not good now because of what we got. Once again, go for the Polar bottoms. They are the best overall, especially if you're wanting to upgrade your Polar weapons. If you're wanting to upgrade your Devourer weapons, use your Devourer bottoms. Although overall, go for the Polar bottoms. If you don't have any of them, because once again they're 0.5% drops, then go for the Doma bottoms. They give you some pretty decent stuff like weapon damage, stamina regen and stuff like that. Only if you got these, but I'd recommend go for the Polar bottoms over anything else. Now for the uniforms, there's only really one obvious choice. That is the Tengen uniform. It costs 500 Robux, and I believe you can trade for it. It gives some pretty decent stats, especially if you are a slayer, which this is what this part of the video is for. If you don't have it, or you can't trade for it, or anything like that, then just go with whatever one of these suits your fancy. So if you want HP, go for the Stone Pillar. If you want stamina, go for the Purple uniform. If you want speed boost, go for the Wind Pillar uniform. Just looking at these, I would recommend the Stone Pillar uniform. However, the Tengen uniform is definitely what you're going to want to try and get. Now onto Hayoris for slayers. The Rengoku Hayori once again costs Robux, however it is very worth it. If you don't have Robux, you can also trade for it. However, it will probably be priced quite high. Now, if you don't have the Rengoku Haori, go for this Murasaki, whatever this Haori is called. It gives you some good fist damage and weapon damage, so obviously it's good for Slayers. Not too hard to get, should be pretty easy. So either Rengoku if you got the Robux, or this Haori right here. Now, last but not least, we're going to go over lanterns. Either the Lantern of Despair or the Lantern of Everlasting Glow. This is probably easy to get because Uguyahara. But this is also very dependent on whether you want HP regen, whether you want stamina regen. I've currently got this one equipped because I don't have this one, because this one's probably easier to get. However, you're going to want to go with one of these two depending on whether you want stamina or HP regen. Now that's it for the Slayers. I'm going to go over again real quick on what I recommend. So for weapons, either the Polar Katana or the Devaru Katana. Masks, go for the Polar Mask. If you don't have that, then the Yatageru or the Tigress Warning Mask would also be good. Scarves, go for the Vigilante Scarf. If you do not have that, then you can go for the Insert Time Scarf. For necklace, go for the Kesso Seki necklace. It is the only mythical, as I said. If you don't have that, then go for any that corresponds with your breathing or BDA. For the shirt, go for the Polar Top. If you don't have that, then go for either the Driver or the Doma. But mainly go for the Polar Top. For the pants, once again, go for the Polar Bottoms. If you don't have that, then either Doma or Driver will also do. However, mainly go for the Polar Bottoms. Uniforms, go for the Tengen uniforms. If you don't have that, then any of these will do until you can save up for the Tengen uniform. For Haoris, go for the Rengoku. If you don't have that, then go for this Haori. And for the lanterns, either the Lantern of Everlasting Glow or the Lantern of Despair, depending on whether you want HP regen or stamina regen. Okay, that is the Slayer portion of this video done. Now we're going to go on to the demon weapons, or just the demon section, and what weapons, what accessories I recommend as if you are a demon. So the weapon for the demons, I recommend either fan, whether that's the war fans, or most likely, which would be the best option, either Devaru fans or Polar fans. Obviously, once again, this is a bit dependent on which way you want to go. I went for Devaru fans. They are very, very good and a lot easier to grade than Polar. But if you want a better end game, a tier 3 boost, then go for the Polar fans. If you can't afford any of them, then the war fans will do just as good as well. However, definitely one of those two if you can. Hats, obviously the straw hat, definitely do recommend it if you do not have Kamado, so you do not burn in the sun. For the mask, this is going to be very, very similar to the Slayers, where go for the Polar Mask if you can. If not, the Yatageru or the Tigress Warning Mask if you don't have the Polar Mask, or you want a direct speed boost and a drop boost, or you just want an overall good mask that isn't very hard to get. But go for the Polar Mask if you can. For the scarf, I would recommend the Vigilante Scarf. Once again, obviously you can go for this one, but I wouldn't recommend it. Go for the Vigilante Scarf if you can. It's very, very good and very easy to get. Now for the necklace, once again, go for this necklace. It's very easy to get as well, but if you don't have it, then go for the one corresponding to your BDA. Now for the shirt, once again, Polar Top, or Devaru Top, or Doma Top. They are really the only three. Recommend the Polar Top, however, Doma Top will also do good, and so the Devaru Top. But recommend the Polar Top if you can use it. The pants, once again, Polar Bottom if you can. If you don't have that, then either Doma Bottoms or Devaru Bottoms will do. But I would recommend Polar Bottoms if you can. Now for the uniforms, once again, it's the Tengen uniform, costing you 500 Robux. Now, this won't show on your character when you equip it, however, you also got the stats, so it's definitely worth using if you are a demon. If you don't have that, then just use any of these until you can save up for it. Now, Haoris, I'm just going to recommend this one straight off the bat. It does some good fist damage, some good weapon damage, so if you're using fans and your fists, you will be able to get a good boost for them. Plus, it will also increase your BDA damage as well. So it's very, very good. I'd recommend using this as the Haori. And last but not least, the lanterns. Lantern of Everlasting Glow if you want HP regen, and Lantern of Despair if you want stamina regen. That is it for this demon part. I went through that really quickly because the majority of them were the same as the Slayers. However, once again, just going to go over them real quick. For the weapons, I would recommend the Devaru fans or the Polar fans. Hats, obviously go for the straw hat just so you can get immune to the sun if you don't have Kamado. For the mask, go for the Polar mask if you can. If not, go for this mask for the XP boost, or the Tigress Warning mask for some extra damage. For the scarves, go for the Vigilante scarf. If you don't have that, then go for the Insert in Time scarf. For the necklace, go for this Kesso Hoke necklace. If you don't have that, then get one corresponding to your BDA. For the shirts, either Polar, Devaru, or Doma. Recommend Polar, however, if you don't have that, then the Doma or Devaru will be good. For the pants, once again, Polar bottoms, I recommend. However, if you don't have that, then you can go for the Doma bottoms or the Devaru bottoms. Uniforms, the Tengen uniform, I recommend, 500 Robux. If you don't have that, then go for any of these, but definitely the Tengen uniform if you have it. For the Haoris, you want to go for this Haori here. Now for the lanterns, once again, either the Lantern of Everlasting Glow or the Lantern of Despair. That is it. That is all the best accessories you can get for either Slayer or Demon. Some of them are easy to get, some of them you have to do dungeons, some of them you have to Mugen train. However, they are the weapons I recommend, or the accessories I recommend. So I hope this video helped. If it did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.